I have another video. I think it's called USA versus Europe memes. I'm not from either, but maybe some of you can relate. Wait, I need to make an intro or else my editor's gonna be like, the fuck, Husher, no intro? Okay, guys, we're gonna react to USA versus Europe memes. We're gonna check this out and let's see what it has for us. Maybe I'll learn something new about the world today. Maybe.
Punching a wall in the US versus in EU.
Yeah, anyways, I was talking about like how in shows I used to see people punching the wall and then it would kind of like cave in, like as if it was made of like cardboard. The walls here are usually not like that either. So I was like, wow. They really have great props to add to the effect. And then I realized that's just how the walls are normally. And I was like, what? What? So if somebody's moaning in the other room, you can easily hear it. I don't know. Europeans when they see Americans.
When they see Americans.
Oh,
no free healthcare. Europe
sad.
is asleep. These are called chips, and these are called... No, they're not. We are not asleep. I feel bad for you, said Europe. I don't even think about you at all, said America. Americans when it's 90 degrees outside versus Europeans when it's 90 degrees. Who even...
That's true. I mean, we use Celsius here, so if it's 90 degrees, you're in hell. But if you use Fahrenheit, it's just summer.
Uses Celsius, like how extra. Places which use Celsius versus Fahrenheit.
Yeah, most people use Celsius. It's so hard because like with my American friends, I'm like, oh, okay, wait, let me convert it for you.
Medieval Europe versus medieval Europe in movie/documentaries. Europe. Americans naming cities. Europe. New city name.
Oh my god.
Most expensive room per night in Europe versus America. Traveling to a different...
Oh no, it's a hospital.
Traveling to a different country in a movie starter pack. USA, Mexico, India, Canada, South America, Scandinavia.
Change the fucking filters. Damn.
/ Eastern Europe, grass in USA versus grass in Europe. 25-year-old European versus 25-year-old...
There's no grass here. Well, not in my area. That's why I don't touch grass. 25-year-old European, 25-year-old American. Oh.
American. I still can't believe Americans don't call car parks car parks.
What?
Is that where you bring your car on weekends so it can play with other cars? No, it's where you park your car. Almost like an area of land. A lot, if you will, for parking cars. A parking lot. A car park. 100.
Okay, that is interesting because I think in a lot of Southeast Asian countries, I could be wrong, but we use both. Like, if someone says car park, we're like, ah, okay, that's, you know, like where you park your car. If someone says parking lot, we're also like, yeah, that's where you park your car. It's the same thing.
100 acres of pizza are served in the US every day.
Wow.
Who the hell measures pizza in acres? USA. How Europeans see Americans.
I don't know
I've got to
acres,
embrace
though.
the flag. I've got to sniff the flag. I've got to lick the flag. I've got to wash the flag. I've got to date the flag. And I've got to be the flag. People who leave their phones set to military times are war criminals. How do you look at 405 and go, wow, I can understand that. Bootlickers, what's next? You gonna join the army? Recruit me? Americans be like, okay, I can't count past 12 actually.
Oh, that roast though. But yeah, I think I also didn't grow up looking at military time, but at some point I learned how to tell by subtracting 12, and I do the math really fast at this point because I've done it for so long. So I just don't, you know, it's not hard. I hate 24-hour time format, man. Give me my AM PM. I do prefer my AM PM, but I'm okay with either. I'm down with either.
If I have a medical emergency, don't you dare call an ambulance. You better Uber my butt to the hospital because we are not about to pay $5,000 for a ride in the Wii U wagon. Everyone outside the USA laughing nervously. What? Hey Canadians, have fun at school tomorrow.
So sad.
Hey Americans, have fun paying your healthcare. Stop guys, we're friends, remember? Children, behave, else mother shall have to give the pair of you a bollocking. You couldn't beat 13 states, let alone 50. Well, Australia doesn't even exist. Aussies are just spicier British people.
Australians in the chat, you gonna take that? No, I don't think you guys care. Just be like, alright, whatever.
What are flavorless British people? Just normal British people?
No.
What are Americans? Cheesy stuffed British people.
Cheesy stuffed British people. I guess Americans like their cheese. I think everyone likes their cheese, right?
Special pound key on their keyboards. How do you hashtag Hashtag is over by the enter key. Don't you worry your little butt. What do American keyboards look like then? Oh, as an American...
Wait, what? The hashtag key is over by the enter key. Where though? My keyboard is American. Oh my god! USA!
I can confirm this. European kids getting ready for another school year. American kids getting ready for another school year. Rural town in the... I hate this word, bruh. Rural town in the US. A policeman is approaching you in Europe versus them approaching you in America. To be honest, Americans are so funny. They're like, OMG, there's a concert near my house. It's like a 3 hours drive. And Europeans are like, what? A 3 hour drive? Are you kidding me? I'm not going to France for that. Australians crying in the distance.
Okay, I know a bit. Like, I know in Europe you can drive to different countries. That's kind of crazy to think about. It's wild that you can drive to a different country in such a short amount of time that you... I know! Their countries are cute. They're cute size. They're like neighbors and they're friends. Invent new sport.
Invent a new sport. Spread it globally. Be bad at it. Invent a new sport. No one else plays it. Declare world championship.
Wow.
An American pickup in Europe. Why is it so fat? The American who thinks that America sucks is moving to Europe. The European who thinks that Europe sucks is moving to America.
Well, you always think that, you know, what you have is not... You know, you always want something more than what you have. Am I making sense? Bro, my brain's not working.
Europe. Americans are so uncivilized.
You always want what you can't have or what you don't have. That's a phrase.
And violent. Also Europe, whenever someone scores a goal in soccer. It's
People
football.
go crazy
To be honest,
in
it's
sports.
kind of funny how so many Americans are convinced that every house over like 10 years old has a ghost. This house is 100 years old. People have died in here. Like, okay. Yeah, but in Europe, when they're like, someone has died here, they mean like 4 generations have lived peacefully and passed up old age in this home. In America, someone died here. It's like some dude locked his mom in the basement and she starved to death.
Well,
People
to be
involved-
honest, there is a lot of true crime that I've heard that happened in the US. So maybe that's right. Maybe there's just lots of psychos in the US. I don't know, man. I'm sorry.
Than Europe with 12-degree weather. When Americans complain about heat. Europe. I'm in my 30s and don't have a car. We don't care. Get the bus. USA. I'm in my 30s and don't have a car. If you speak to us again, we will call the police.
Oh,
US.
wow. But I guess maybe they're saying that the public transportation is better in the US. It's better in Europe. Sorry. God.
Mix us together in the crowd. It's all good, European fans. Me, an American, trying to chum up with the Europeans. The Europeans. 20-year-old American
sad.
boys.
If it ain't walking distance, I'm not going. Damn, well, you're never leaving your house then. I don't know, I live in New York City. It's the same here. Transportation's good, but looked down upon. Oh, that's so strange. Interesting, okay.
A beer? No, you are way too young. 15-year-old European boys. Dad, I'm getting a beer with the boys. Can I join? Americans.
That is actually really cute. The legal drinking age in my country is 18. What is it in Europe? It says 15. So are you saying like 15 is the legal age, or are parents just like super chill about it? I thought it might be 16. Is that a thing? Man, it feels so weird to think that in the US you have to be 21 to drink, but nobody follows that. I really don't think anyone follows that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like people followed that. Legal. Who starts drinking at the legal drinking age? Nerds. That's true. I drank a bit when I was younger, but with supervision. I'm a very good girl.
Americans, when Americans make fun of the United States. Americans, when Europeans make fun of America. Europeans.
Well, I mean, it's like a sibling, right? If I say about my sibling, I'm like, oh, my sibling's so dumb. Ha ha ha. It's funny. But if someone else says something bad about my sibling, I'd be like, like, excuse me? No one gets to talk my sibling except me. All right. Europeans to Americans.
Europeans to Americans when they need military support. How Europeans think of Americans who have a carry license.
Oh dear.
American chocolate. You think you're better than me. European chocolate. I am better than you. Americans be like, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Americans be like,
I'm gonna go watch a war movie.
Americans be like,
I'm gonna go eat an orange.
Americans see a tree rodent and go,
Look, a squirrel.
Americans be like,
Can you give me a glass of water?
Europe.
What? Oh, it's the pronunciation. Imagine if people talk like that though.
I can't believe Americans don't use the metric system. Americans with 3 grams and a 9mm in their pocket.
Ooh.
Europeans with cryptids. What whimsical creatures. Let's invite them in for tea.
Let's
We
invite
thank
them for tea.
you. We'd love some tea. Let us celebrate.
Oh, thank you, we'd like some tea.
Americans with cryptids. This is the last forest you're haunting, you son of a... I'm gonna smash your corpse when I'm done.
Wow, that's fun.
Europeans, when you ask them what they know about
Whoa.
America.
How do you know about America? I don't know, I've never did that before.
When you realize that the US is technically older than the UK. Europeans, when they see an
Ooh.
American minding their own business. We are intellectually superior in every way. Europeans, strict gun laws. Americans, when Europeans find out that they created the Americans.
Yeah, like the people from the US are from British, like Britain, I think. Something like that.
Americans microwaving their tea.
Whoa.
Britons drinking instant coffee. Europeans.
I think it's so weird. The concept is weird to me. I'd never done that in my life. Why would you microwave water or tea or I don't know, you can microwave soup, but why water? Like just get a kettle. I microwave water for ramen. Oh, well, what? Why don't you just heat some water and then pour it in your ramen? As an Indian, if you microwave your tea and people know about it, you would get public beating. As you should. No, I'm joking. But still, it's so weird.
Memes about Americans. That'll show them. Americans. I'm sorry. Who are you again? Brits making fun of Americans for using feet. Also Brits when they use stones for weight.
Wait, someone uses stones?
When you are British and your American friend says, let's play football, but then they bring an ellipse-shaped ball. I am a bit confused. The beginning of the American Revolution.
Yeah, I hear about that a lot. Football and soccer.
You owe me like $1. You'll have to kill me for it. We're experiencing heavy snow. Massive snowstorm. Duh, more vodka. Looks like spring, eh? When I see British citizens
Damn,
mocking
is it that snowy in Europe? I don't know. Do you have a lot of snow?
I just remember that in 100 years, they went from ruling 1/4 of the world to living on an island the size of Michigan. So this is an American translator for what Americans say and what it means. I'm afraid of Americans. This is super real. Let's get coffee sometime means goodbye, I like you. Or let's stay in touch means goodbye, I don't like you that much.
I don't know about that. Maybe I should learn that. Interesting.
Time means goodbye, I like you. Or let's stay in touch means goodbye, I don't like you that much. Today I learned Americans call a knob of butter a stick of butter. Wait, we call it a knob too.
knob?
Who the hell calls it? We call it a knob. What? Is it American?
Oh, I never heard of that. Why is it a knob? Is it shaped like a knob? I get the stick because it kind of looks like a stick. It's like a rectangular thing.
Terrible with all of their shootings that happen. Meanwhile in Europe, Americans, when you tell them, European isn't a country, confused oonga boonga. American drivers trying to navigate the
sad.
narrow street.
Knob guess he's like slang for your unit and Mr. Johnson. Oh, American drivers trying to navigate the narrow streets of an old European country.
Of an old European city. How Europeans think Americans get to work.
Oh,
Literally
no.
true. POV. 0.2 seconds after arriving in the USA.
Oh,
Americans.
no.
Why do Europeans think they're better than us? Europeans. USA. France, help me. France. Can't, I'm broke. It's against the British. France. What are Europe and America's views on gun safety? Europe says guns should be highly controlled and used only by responsible adults. America says if their age is on the clock, then they can use a Glock. How Americans see USA versus USA in reality. Olive oil Europe versus butter Europe. Europe every couple
Wait,
decades.
what? Olive oil? Europe
In
and
reality.
butter?
Olive oil
I love both. You know, I feel like you're missing out if you don't use both. Both is good. Yum yum.
Europe every couple decades. Father, I crave violence. Aliens visiting the United States versus
Are you
aliens
winning, girl failure? What's a girl failure? Wait, it's Fallout 4! Aliens visiting Eastern Europe. Aliens visiting the United States.
driving directions in Europe, 1922. Drives on the left, drives on the right. Mixed.
Bro, what the mixed?
Mixed. Every
How? What? How do you decide which side you're driving on? In our country, where we drive is on the left, but when I went to Japan, the driver is on the right, which is so weird. Not that many cars back then, so it didn't matter. Oh, I see.
USA hospital visit. This is horrible. This man has no insurance. I'm on it, doctor.
Oh,
They pushed him
no.
off. They killed him. Australian arrested in Australia. Australian arrested in Europe. European arrested in Australia.
What? Australian? arrested in Australia. Australian arrested in Europe.
European arrested in Australia.
God.
Toilet in Europe versus toilet in India versus Amber Heard's toilet. Speed cameras anywhere else. Speed cameras in Eastern Europe. How Americans see
cute.
Europe. It's too far away. We can't. Americans simply cannot conceive of how gloomy Europe is. Wow. So UK is horrible. Let's go.
Oh yeah, it rains a lot in the UK. I thought in Japan the drivers on the right, but they drove on the left side. Yeah, the drivers are on the right. Okay, so oh god, we're gonna have to draw. But basically, I give up. I give up. I don't know. I'm just so stupid. I'll just walk. Okay, I'll just do what everyone else is doing. I don't know.
Oh, at 19 years old in America. Can I buy a bottle of vodka? USA. No, that's illegal and irresponsible. Can I go $50,000 in debt for education? We encourage it. American Impossible Challenge. Americans tried to name this country challenge. Impossible. Americans literally have no banter. I don't know what country this is coming from, but we've probably beaten you in a war at some point. I'm American. Civil War.
The driver's always closer to the center of the road. Yes, thank you. Fuck. Thank you. In my country, the driver is on the left side of the car. In Japan, the driver is on the right side of the car. That's the exact thing I was trying to say.
America. I'll kick anyone's butt. I'll kick your butt. I'll kick your dog's butt too. I'll even kick my own butt. Remember that time it got so hot in some parts of Australia? The bottoms of people's thongs were literally melting.
Husher, get some ice. Your brain's overheating again. Are you calling me stupid? Remember that time it got so hot in some parts of Australia? The bottoms of people's thongs were literally melting to the asphalt. What? And people still ask me why I hate summer.
To the asphalt.
Oh
and
my
people
God.
still ask me why I hate summer. For Americans reading this post, a thong is a flip-flop. A flip-flop. Oh.
Oh no, did someone actually think, oh god, they imagine people sitting on the road and just melting their underwear. Racism in Europe, racism in America.
Racism in Europe
Oh my.
versus racism in America. Europeans memeing on Americans. Europeans being memed on by Americans.
They ain't
Anti-curfew
happy.
riots in the Netherlands. America. Europe. Netherlands. Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the Americans. Europe is better because we have social benefits.
Flip-flops are called thongs, yes, in Australia. Strange, right? Imagine if they were in the US, they'd be like, what? Sorry, what? I don't know. Europe is better because you have
That's
social
only
benefits.
possible because the US rebuilt Europe. So the evolution of cars for USA, Germany, and Russia. 100 years in the future. USA Michigan versus Norway. How the rest of
What?
the world sees the USA. Los Angeles. What? Disney World. Yeehaw. New York. Being bilingual
That's
in
true. I agree. Being bilingual in America.
America versus being bilingual in Europe.
That is so true. I feel like in Europe, people at least can speak three languages, at least 2 to 3. That's normal. 3 or 4. People are multilingual.
I thought it would be the opposite. No, it has to be, right? It's the opposite. Europe's so good they made a sequel. History books. History books if Europe had natural resources.
Ooh, that's true.
Salesman slaps USA. You can fit so many idiots in this bad boy. Hunting in Mexico versus hunting in Australia versus hunting in USA. Everything's
Wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna use like a nuke. Kills everything.
I've always scoffed at those OMG, Europe is tiny posts, but we just took the wrong exit driving back to our cabin and we literally ended up in Norway and decided to just stay for dinner. So yeah, this just happened again. There isn't even a sign that says welcome to Norway. You're just there all of a sudden. I could miss an exit and still stay in my state for another 8 hours.
Whoa, that's kind of wild. You're just allowed to be in another country? Just like, oh I'm in a different country now. All right, anyways.
Cricket is a dumb game. USA wins 1 match. Americans.
Lol.
Oh, mercy me. I keep forgetting I'm in the colonies. My favorite post. Please tell me that people in Britain actually call the USA the colonies. We call you the colonies. We don't.
Wait, do you really? That's such a funny way of saying that.
I have a deep respect for Scotland because I was at an Ireland versus Scotland football match and their chant was, "We hate England more than you."
Wow.
One time at a Germany versus Scotland
"We
game,
hate
some German
England more
fans
than you."
started the "Stand up if you hate England" chant and the whole stadium stood up. What did we do? What didn't we do? Does this mean that England is the US of Europe? Where do you think the US got it from? Go for a walk.
Oh, that's so true because like it's mostly people
Hi,
from
Mom, and
Britain.
Merry Christmas Eve. Husher one wave, Husher one yay.
Hi, the D-Dons. Welcome in. But yeah, it's true. Most people from the US are from Britain, I think. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Why do people hate England? What did they do?
Go for a walk. The scenery will cheer you up. People in Eastern Europe.
Why? What is in Eastern Europe? Why do people keep showing that Eastern Europe looks sad and dreary? It's the sky. The sky. Oh.
USA. We're going to make a League of Nations, Europe, and you're going to join it, right? USA. You're going to join it, right? But
What? Sorry.
we're going to make a League of Nations, Europe, and you're going to join it, right? USA. You're going to join it.
Oh, this
right?
is World War
But,
One, I think.
Can someone translate this? I don't know British. I'll do my best. Ahem. Hey, yo, ma. It's
Hey, yo, ma. Mom.
mum, not mum. It's chips, not crisps. It's fries, not chips. It's color, not color. It's soccer, not football. Wrong, 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 wrong. Why is it cancelled in the UK, but cancelled in America? Oh, I actually know the answer to this one. American newspaper ads charged by the letter. So a lot of people would eliminate unnecessary letters, like the second L in cancelled, or the U in color. Some of these spelling changes were used so often that they stuck, and now Americans just spell some words differently. In
I
summary,
see.
Americans spell things weird because of capitalism.
Wow.
Another weird Australia
It's all
fact. We are the
capitalism's
only
fault. You know, if ever you're wondering why are you having the problems you're having right now, capitalism.
cancelled the boat race due to the lake being wet.
What? But lakes are supposed to be wet, right?
Please elaborate. The Henley on Todd is a screw you boat race made to poke fun at the English's Henley on Thames. The Todd River is dry most of the
Oh.
time, and as a result, it hosts the only dry river regatta. Behold the chaos.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. Most of inland Australia is actually desert. Yeah, I heard. That's sad. Maybe that's why it's so hot. Nah, it just gets hot in coastal areas too. Oh.
Okay, everything the light touches is our kingdom, USA. Colonies. But what about that shadowy place? You must never go there. Americans. Talking smack to the US. Other Americans. Yeah, we suck. Europeans. Talk smack about the US. Americans. America.
That's so true. I feel like people talk shit about their own countries, but at the same time, you're kind of proud of your country. It's weird. It's like, oh, my country sucks. Everyone sucks. But everyone's like, woo! Go, my country! Woo! Yeah! My country won! It's such a weird thing.
Europeans. Universal healthcare. Americans. Europeans asking Americans where Wasplakshazvestovich is. Europeans when Americans ask where Nebraska is. British cheddar versus American cheddar. Europeans
wow.
arriving in NYC.
Cheddar is so orange, though.
Wondering why the homeless dude pooping in a 7-Eleven cup wasn't included in their
Oh.
pamphlet.
What? This was not included? Nice addition, though.
Europeans, when someone mentions American healthcare, you'd rather spend taxes on guns than healthcare? Laughs in public healthcare. How Europe sees USA versus how USA sees Europe. Yay, I'm glad we are just England.
I also don't know geography that well, so I know neither. I don't know either. But God bless us all. You sound intelligent, but you don't microwave your water. I don't. I've never microwaved water in my life. Like, my mom would slap the bitch out of me.
USA, fighting in Europe,
Oh, God.
fighting in Africa. The State Department nailed my girl's passport.
Wow.
Want to know just how big
That forehead is like an airport landing strip.
this is actually mind-blowing. I don't get it. That's Europe inside Texas. Texas isn't actually that huge, is it? France, United Kingdom relations.
Wait, isn't that the whole... Wait, what? Wait? I don't know what this means because I don't know geography. Oh, no. Help, chat. Oh, that's Australia. What?
France, United Kingdom relations.
Australia looks... Texas someone looks like India. Wait, really? Let's check it out. I'm curious now. I see where you're coming from. Like, the general shape is somewhat similar. I see it.
Screw you, France. Screw you. History of the Middle East. History of Europe. History of USA. History of USA is like a DLC of Europe history. Why
That sounds accurate. Why does that feel so accurate, though?
divide people by unrational things when you could divide them by whether their word for cotton candy is valid or not? Examples. American English. Cotton candy. Good. British English. No, we don't call it fairy floss. We just call it candy floss. And that is valid. Spanish and German. Sugar cotton. Good. French. Daddy's beard. Not valid.
What? Daddy's beard? Damn, that's crazy. That does not sound appetizing. No, it does not. I don't want to eat beard. Like, the thought of a beard doesn't sound delicious. Beard is like pubic hair-ish. But like, and that doesn't sound delicious. That sounds kind of disgusting. They're like kind of curly and I don't want to think about it. Translation of Hindi to English of Cotton Candy's grandma's hair. What the fuck is up with this hair? Stop eating your relative's hair.
Americans explaining why they don't want free healthcare because they get to skip the waiting times. Europeans with identical insurance at a fraction of the cost because it has to compete with the free one. Napoleon wants money for war with England. Thomas Jefferson wants to purchase Louisiana.
But I really think healthcare should be affordable. You should take care of your citizens, right? I mean, like everyone deserves to be alive and healthy, right?
British bank offers to lend Thomas the money. Thomas Jefferson borrows the money and buys Louisiana. Declares war on Britain with the Louisiana money. What? We can do both metric and imperial measurements. It's not difficult at all. Europeans making fun of Americans for using imperial measurement. Americans running the 100-meter dash, buying liters of soda, grams of drugs, and kilos of other drugs. British.
Wow. Oh, they use it in the right places? I don't know. That's so strange.
Favorite, and spelled very incorrectly by the American. Prince Harry officially renounces British residency. Lists US as his new country on document.
Damn.
A literal British monarch changing his
A British monarch changes.
alliance to the United States. We've never been more back. Afternoon.
What?
Hey.
That's. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Why would you do that?
How are you? Fine. How about you? I'm good. You're from Maine? I'm rotated in Europe right now, so the 1900 miles away threw me off. Where's that? Maine or Europe? Europe. Where the hell is that? The USA shouldn't police the world. Totally agree. That includes removing troops in Europe, letting Europe defend itself. But I won't be able to afford all of my social policies then, because increased military spending.
Oh, I see. So is that why Europe has money for healthcare? It's because they don't invest as much in the military? Is that what it is? I don't know anything. I don't know anything. So in case people are like, "Oh, Husher, that's how it is," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Sounds
Wait,
complicated."
Why are these memes like on America's side? I'm British. No, forget this meme. It never existed.
Forget this meme. Damn. Well, I learned new things about both countries today. Both continents, I mean. Is USA a continent? Wait, so USA is a country, Europe is the continent. Why? That's not a fair analogy. That's kind of weird. Size matters in this context. Oh, it's the only time size matters. Lol. I had a great time hanging out with you guys. Hopefully we will definitely be having more fun streams next year, 2025. I'm gonna be streaming as much as possible, maybe, hopefully, I don't know. So I hope you can look forward to 2025. I will definitely be active as usual, and I look forward to spending another year with you. Don't forget to love yourself, take care of yourself, eat lots of good food, and I'll see you again next year. Bye.